This is Creating Grid. Join us as we play Dungeons & Dragons around ye old table, throwing dice, telling stories, and creating legacies. My name is Eric, and I have the privilege of being your Dungeon Master for this chapter of our tale. With me as always, the Crit Crew. Joining us, two special guests today. But let's start on my left with...
My name's Katie, playing Ilias Idawin, a Air Genasi druid who keeps messing with magic he doesn't know how to use.
My name's Ashley. I'm playing Runa, a Tabaxi fighter, who, speaking of magic that they don't know how to use, still a little bitter over losing a dragon.
It's like
It's a long time
3 days ago.
but, you know, still bitter. Still bitter.
I'm Megan. I'm playing Queen Liora Darkmantle, who is eagerly awaiting the return of her collection of mounts.
Oh, shoot. Yikes.
And I'm Bryan. I play Aimon Drebin, the aquatic half-elf bard, and Aimon's kind of enjoying being the mouthpiece of this group. Got to talk to the queen, the mean druid lady, and yay!
You're in charge now.
Alright.
I'm Maria. I'll be playing Rilda, a dark elf, who is extremely loyal to her queen.
And I'm Jason, playing Nox. A changeling rogue that is very happy not to have been singed on my travel back this time around.
It was much more peaceful.
Look. It's not my fault.
As we dive into Chapter 12, Return of the Queen. After traveling several days to the Druid Grove to speak with Celestina, the delegation representing the Royal Syndicate, aka our party, has discovered that Celestina has put herself in seclusion because of her disapproval of Drow and Drow activities. Learning a bit of their dark past and how they came to inhabit Tyrdahl, as well as heavy speculation that Drow are responsible for the strange happenings within the Feywood and the ley lines. The party has negotiated a temporary truce talks between Celestina and the Queen of Tyrdahl, Liora Darkmantle, agreeing only to accept a three Drow delegation at her grove. Celestina presented the party's druid Ilias with a magical staff called the Staff of Dowsing to aid them in their quest. The Staff of Dowsing displayed one of several magical properties in being able to cast Teleport by Plant, to which they stepped into a tree and out of another tree back in Tyrdahl after collecting Baylock first, of course. So, you find yourselves exiting a tree in the city of Tyrdahl. I do believe it was a tree within the compound you were staying. Wasn't that correct? Yes. So now you are there as Mr. Dark Elvidir is going to step from the building and says, welcome back.
Oh, the things I learned about the mushrooms.
Surprise!
Okay. Not mentally prepared for this. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. It is good to be back. It's midday currently, right?
Roughly about that, yeah.
Alright. Baylock, do you think we would be able to get an appearance with the Queen?
I can go find out and come back and let you know. That's what he will say.
Alright.
Sure.
Okay, so he will make way towards the Darkmantle Estates or compound, giving you all a few moments or whatever to do, what it is you wish to do.
Okay, so what are we going to do? Because, well, I kind of feel bad for the Wood Elves that were initially in this town, in the city.
Yeah.
should we first assist with getting the terrible happenings in the lands taken care of, and then play it by ear, or what?
We know that this clan of elves that drove the other clan out
Oh,
It's only been
we're
here.
going down this road again.
Yes.
for
Okay.
a couple years, right? I don't know. They seem very entrenched. I'll take a look around the town, like
They've been here for a while now. It's that the two, there was, the one group that was here broke into two separate areas.
is there like we
Just a
can't
couple years ago.
give the original owners of this land it back, right?
But we don't know where they are.
And we're assuming that they want it back.
That's true too.
We're only taking the word of
Why wouldn't you want your ancestral homelands back?
They may have.
Jason, what's your form, by the way? What are
I'm
you?
Yes.
Claudio.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Well, I guess this is true. I guess they probably don't want to talk to anyone, though.
Alright, so
Find them.
for now, make peace. Get all of the shit figured out with the elves that went underground and are poisoning the land. And then we'll return back and determine what we want to do.
Sure.
Mr. Syndicate?
Yeah.
Blade of the Syndicate?
Yeah.
What is your thought process?
Assassin of the week.
My only question is why would an underground people want to keep staying above ground? What's keeping them from going back?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, you think there's something underground that made them come up here? Well, great.
I mean, that's fantastic line of questioning.
Yeah.
Find out.
It's not in their nature to be above ground.
Does the Syndicate have any contacts with the clan that's underground now?
No, we're just
Or I
going
guess
above
there's a
ground.
clan underground and then there's a
We're
clan
just
that
trying
was
to
above
make-
ground and went back underground.
We're just trying to make a
Yes.
brokered peace with the people that are currently here.
Yeah, the Syndicate wants the people of Teardal to join the Council of the
The
Sea.
above ground underground elves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that they have to work out between themselves.
Right.
Okay.
You're here as like helping hands, aiding, trying to figure out the problems.
Now, if we happen to run into the wood elves that are displaced, that's a different question. But we
Okay.
haven't ran into them yet.
Displace your elves.
So we
That's a terrible image.
are we going to
Displace our
try
elves.
to go underground to scout out what's poisoning? Or I think before we broker the peace, we need to know what we're going to do.
Well, I think right now we're brokering peace between Queen Liora and Celestina.
Yeah.
We're brokering peace between them. That way Celestina can teach her ways to some of the elves that are interested in and able to help fight off against the poisons that are coming from underground.
That way it gives us longer time to go find out what the main cause is.
So
If-
fight the symptoms
If
now
that's
and
what
then
they
take
want.
care of the root cause later.
Yes, because
Yes.
remember, as terrible as it's to say, we're only here to try and broker peace between the Syndicate and Queen Liora. We got sent on this journey as a, hey, help us out with this and we'll be in your good graces. Now we need to find out whether we're
Have we
getting
heard
sent
back
on
from the
another-
stone from the Syndicate?
I don't think we've had a new day yet.
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I know it
Too-
feels like a long time through many episodes, and weeks and weeks, but no. Game time, several hours or half a day or something.
Well, I shall be here for whatever we decide to do, along with the Syndicate, I suppose. So, what their wishes are.
Perfect.
This is the perfect time to take a short rest if anybody needs a short rest. I don't think you do, because I think it was pretty much talking in the last episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily we avoided battle in the last episode.
We'll
The druid lady
For the
happens to
first
show up, and then you're going to be frightened.
That's
Yeah.
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 That's very true.
I mean, it might have been 10 minutes by now.
I'm going to say, for the sake of just much narration and stuff, you guys will probably go have some sort of meal. You're probably hungry at this point, so you guys will make your way into the estate as Mr. Dark Elvidir, along with his several assistants, will food and water you, essentially, and provide you with... here, just pouring over you. Grow, my little ones, grow.
I mean, that works.
After about close to about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, somewhere in that window, that is when Balak is going to return. And he will enter in, he will look to each one of you that is sitting there enjoying or finishing up your meals, and he says, the Queen will be able to see you all for sure, and is looking forward to meeting with you whenever you're ready. And he will stand there at attention, just waiting for whenever you guys are ready.
Lead on, Captain.
Well, he is military. You know,
I know. Wait, were you?
Yeah, I was talking about you.
Oh shit! All right,
Captain, my captain.
let's go.
Wait, he's military?
No.
No.
I'm military.
Yeah, you're military.
Alright.
Military edition.
Captain Ilias, General Imon?
Sure.
No. No.
Commander, I'm on.
Commander Imon, yes.
Fine. That's acceptable. All right. Yeah. Let's go. Why not?
Roll out.
Yes.
Autobots roll out. All right.
Syndicate. Roll out.
There you go. So you all gather yourselves. You'll follow Balak. You'll take the trip from your current location all the way to the estates of the Dark Mantles. You'll be led through kind of the main estate, the larger estate, through that kind of menagerie, I guess it would be, that was painted with the artists are still painting the walls and floors to kind of mimic the forest road that you guys are going to be walking through or you have traveled through. And then you'll enter into the actual room. After passing through, I think it was the throne room, you'll enter into the actual room that has real flora, fauna, and things in there. It's set. When you enter in, you will notice, all of you, that there are 4 figures in this room. A very stern militant male, which you've noticed was here last time. The Queen. A crazed Drow male that you also notice, who is...
God, not him.
Who was an encounter several episodes back. And a kind of militant looking, if you will, female drow that's kind of standing out of the way a little bit, kind of watching and waiting as you guys enter in. Balak is going to kind of clear his throat a little bit because you're going to walk into what appears to be some sort of squabble or conversation that's intensely taking place between the militant male that was here, the Queen, and the mad, crazed drow.
Velisar.
Correct. Velisar, since you found his name, is going to slam his hands on the table in which you saw before, that had the things splayed out upon it. Once again, has various maps and paperworks and writings and things splayed out on it. Some of the quill and the inkwell will kind of jump a little bit as he slams into the table. And he is going to look directly to the Queen. He says, I need them all for my research. I must have all of the basilisk blood.
You can't just go into the town and take what you want. It doesn't work that way.
It sure does. We own the town. Thank you very much.
It's disrespectful to everyone else who actually pays for it.
This word respect means nothing to me.
It's basilisk gullet oil, not their blood.
As he will turn and look to you.
Oh no.
That crazed look, that madman look.
I'll take a little half step
Play
back.
out knife again.
As Balak finishes clearing his throat, the attention to the conversation being at hand will all turn towards the party that has now entered. It is quiet.
That was bold.
Hi.
My queen.
You returned.
We made it
Quickly.
back.
Quicker than I anticipated.
Yes.
Yes, the return journey was very quick.
I got a fancy new stick.
It looks like a twisted piece of
Yeah.
wood.
It's a stick.
It's a fancy.
Yes,
It's a stick.
we did make it to Celestina's Grove and had a conversation with her.
You sent them to the Druid's Grove, is what Velisar is going to say.
Go sit down.
I'm going to sit down because I choose to, not because you told me. And he's going to go have a seat. And the militant male is just going to cross his arms and shake his head and remain silent.
We found out a great many things, but we do believe we know where all of the poisoning and issues with the crops and everything is occurring from.
From the Underearth, does what he's going to say from the chair he's sitting in.
That is correct. And Celestina has actually been working on trying to quell the poisons that are seeping up through the grounds.
Well, that's good.
However, it's too much for her to handle on her own.
I can imagine.
She has agreed for a temporary truce, but you are going to need to have a conversation with her.
Okay.
So, a delegation of yourself and up to 2 other individuals can meet with her in her grove to discuss a long-term truce and potentially her ability to train and guide other of your citizens in the ways necessary to help quell the poisons.
This is the way. Sorry. Just had to. Just had to.
What's made her change her mind?
We had a fun conversation. We understand why she is angry with you and your people. Having come from underground and driven away the elves that originally inhabited this city and this forest.
Lies is what you're going to hear the militant man say sternly. She is feeding you bullshit.
Be that as it may, this is the conditions that were given.
I don't like it, my queen.
She's gonna say, "This is my brother, Gravos. I don't think you've been introduced last time.
You're not.
He would be the
He will nod to each of you.
head or
Hello.
general of
He's a
the
general.
army
Correct.
or forces."
Hi. Give a
Just
polite nod.
nods. Just nods.
She's like, "I don't think she's been telling you the full story of what happened then. The Wood Elves were poisoning us down under Earth. And we had no choice but to retaliate to stop them. They were trying to drive us away from our home."
The deceitful human didn't tell you that, did she? Is what you're going to hear from Belisar.
Be that as it may,
Seems that you're in a bit of a quandary now, aren't you?
well, be that as it may, as of now, I don't really care. As of now, the important aspect is to prevent the individuals that have broken off from you and gone back underground from poisoning the lands up here.
Kind of nudge me. Commander Amon, maybe we should ask why or how the Wood Elves were poisoning the Under Elves, and then because maybe their same poison is ongoing. I'll return to my little ghost. You're the mouthpiece. I'm a good little soldier.
She should get an inspiration point.
Alright, inspiration point. Alright.
Get an inspiration point.
Inspiration point for that, for sure.
My associate, Runa, is wondering how the Wood Elves were poisoning you and your people underground. What What methods were they using? What was the effect the poison had on you and your people?
Do you want to explain that so that...
Give them what you got, and I can fill in the blanks. We went over this.
I know. I just didn't know how much you wanted me to say.
I mean,
It's in a very similar...
Full disclosure.
A very similar way to what's happening now. And we took it and turned it against them the best we could to drive them out. I mean, it just, it gets into your ecosystem.
It creates states of paranoia, insanity. They were making us all go crazy, murder-like, savage,
Just
even
him.
more than normal.
Just him.
That's a good point. He was slightly affected by their effects, which is why he's a little peculiar. Good call.
Well,
When we came up and took over the Wood Elves, I was not queen then. That was not my decision. I was part of it, but my mother was queen then. That was about 20 years ago. She's constantly been grooming me since then to be queen. And about 5 years after that, I did take over, but my views were not what they had. I didn't necessarily agree with just ousting the Wood Elves. Or are they Timber Elves? Sorry.
Timber
The
Elves.
Timber
Yep.
Elves. And I have actually since then trying to track them down to sort of right or wrong. Maybe talk with them. Haven't gotten that far yet. But I believe in a much more open society, a much more integrated society. My kind have made a really bad name for themselves and just not welcoming outsiders, and I don't believe that. Such as, well, I would like to be part of the Syndicate and work with them to
job complete.
be more accepting.
Good way, yeah. But that would be nice. Oops.
Stay tuned for season 3. I tried to scramble and write something really fast.
When I took over as queen, my consort at the time, she helps the transition smoothly, but she had ulterior motives, and she didn't believe with what was going on. She was a big believer in the old ways, and she tried to overthrow me.
And failed.
Maybe it was like another 5 years after that. And that's what split us. She took some of her followers that still believed in the old ways, and they retreated into the Underearth. There was a lot of casualties in that uprising, including my sister. Who was...
everybody make a perception check. I forgot about that. It's a good call.
I think I have shit perception now. Yeah.
6 and 6 for 12.
16.
13.
14.
Look at me being so
The
perceptive.
16 is going to catch that Velisar. The crazed kind of demeanor of Velisar completely changes into a humble, extremely sad and almost mournful kind of appearance when she starts bringing up her sister and the loss and the death.
Oh.
You get insight now because you made that check.
12.
There's some sort of tie between the two. That's all you know.
I'll probably say it politely. Sorry for your loss.
We all miss her.
Yes, deeply is what he says, choking back some emotion.
And she will tell you...
We're waiting.
I was trying to find her name. Kishara Bloodlust,
Yes.
the self-proclaimed empress, is my former consort who has taken to underground. As of more recently, some of my spies have been trying to find her, and it's been confirmed that she's in the city of Olathe Veldrin.
Olith
Veldrin,
Yeah.
which in common is the City of Shadows. After we came up and took over Teardao, we thought the city had been ruined, but I guess it still stands.
Interesting. And, one question. How long did it take for you to turn the poisoning effects that the Timber Elves were doing on you on them?
That's a you question.
Several years.
Okay.
Through experimentation.
That was my thought process.
Well, explain your thought process.
I assumed that they were the ones. Somebody in one of the Drow screwed up and actually accidentally poisoned themselves, and then blamed it on the Timber Elves.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wish I was as smart as you.
I was right.
That's a better story plot.
By the way, did my mounts make it back safely?
Excuse me, my queen is what Balok is going to say.
Funny story.
Immediately just gonna turn.
Balok had something to say.
My
He's
prized,
trying to slip out
my
of the room.
prized collection.
I can tell you that the dragon is still living. Presumably.
There was an incident.
I think the unicorn is too.
Yes, I do believe the unicorn, presumably, is still alive.
Unfortunately, we lost just some of them.
Why did we lose them?
Shut up.
Do tell.
There was an incident involving some magic.
Keep going.
That's all I've got.
Just magic? Like,
Yep.
There was an incident
it just
involving.
moved into magic?
There was.
It kind of just
Kind of,
moved.
honestly.
Yes.
None of us were prepared for it. None of us
As-
were expecting it.
As you are aware, there are significant issues
commander
occurring
covering
with
for
the
you.
ley lines.
Ley lines, you say?
Yes.
What about ley lines?
The magical ley lines that
You've
provide
been messing me up,
the
bro.
magic essence that all of us use. Those ley lines have been having some significant issues as of late.
I know this.
Unfortunately, that caused a bit of wild magic to occur, which unfortunately claimed some of the mounts and
In a
nearly
Big
ourselves.
fiery explosion.
That's horrific.
It
It was slightly
very-
devastating.
Do you know how long those took to catch?
I can tell you how long they took to die.
Oh my god.
Fireball. For the win.
Crispy. Probably make some good food.
Shut up!
Well, this confirms your suspicions, my queen, is what Velasar is going to say. Kashara is tampering with the well of magic, the fount, in the ancient city of shadows. She's up to something no good.
There's a fountain of magic
Very
in the underground
good.
city.
Yeah. Harken back to season 1.
Mhm.
Do share, players of season 1, what you know about that.
I
Well, the
mean,
last time it kind of destroyed the city. So.
well, I mean, you know, it really depends on which version or which variation we're trying to refer to. Because, yes, there are magical fonts and wells of magic and power that is where the ley lines intersect, I do believe.
That's correct.
And generally, large cities are built up around them. I don't remember Longgate. Is it Longgate?
Landgate.
Yeah, Landgate.
Landgate.
Yes,
Thank
correct.
you. Sorry,
Was one.
was one of such locations. And
That's not the one that broke.
no, that's not the one that broke. The one,
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Well, what I
So
was,
the side quest here. So the original city was called Alexandria.
Yeah.
It
that's
was
what
built over top of or it was built near the Well of Magic. They tried to protect it.
Yeah.
There was people who tried to steal the energy of the well, essentially. That created the explosion, which created the swamp. You're right. So that's destroyed.
yes.
They built Landgate. You guys, I don't think, ever uncovered this, but Landgate is a second well that they discovered. Like an offshoot.
Yeah,
we
Okay,
knew that.
yeah, and then
We
they
knew
built it
that
over top.
Landgate had a well
Yes.
at it, but yes, the one that blew up was when they were tapping into it
Yes.
way back when, and that's what caused the swamp of razors or whatever the hell it's called, where it has all the blades of grass that are
Yeah.
basically petrified and turned into razor
Correct.
blades.
Correct.
Yeah, scary, terrible place.
Season 1, go listen to it. It's great. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on podcast.
We avoided
Spotify
that place
podcast.
like the plague. As well.
Now, bringing us back to season 2. Yes, so they kind of there's some type of similarities. There is apparently another well of magic, and to kind of explain to everybody at the table and listeners and viewers, the entire world, just a little history lesson, has multiple wells of magic that are protected, and basically they are like raw, untamed, pure energies that feed the ley lines that everybody kind of absorbs. And if your DNA or your body or whatever, it may affect you to become a magic user. Essentially, that's kind of my explanation of where magic come from. So if you choose, whatever. So they try to protect them and guard them from evildoers or people who want to use them against other doers, I guess is the best way to put it. So yes, this is basically kind of confirming that there is another well of magic, and apparently this self-titled Empress Kashara is playing around with it. And that
Which we were aware of.
Okay.
Because Syndra informed us of the issues that were going on, because of course, back in season 1, the Syndicate had a very tight rein on all magic and magic.
Wrong. It was not the
No, it
Syndicate.
wasn't the
It was the
Syndicate.
Arcanist.
The Arcanist,
Yes.
thank you.
Similar, but not.
Yes, the Arcanists.
Syndicate was
Rebranded.
from the ashes of the
Rebranded.
Arcanists.
Right,
That's
right.
right. Yeah. Yay, season 1.
Quick history
Yeah.
lesson for world building for season 2.
Yeah, exactly.
What does my northern icy realm? Do we
You
spend a lot of
do.
time with magic?
You do
Okay,
have
we
what they
one?
call. You
Okay.
refer to them as something different, which I'm not going to disclose at this time for several reasons.
So when
A,
I say
don't
well
know
of
it.
magic, I just want everyone to know Runa is literally imagining like a fountain, like 3-tiered water flowing out.
You
but
may
with
not be
magic.
wrong. You may be right.
Yeah, I was going
Right.
to say,
That's
remember,
what
Right.
remember
we're
when we
thinking.
first came in here and I was inquiring about the well that
In
was
this room?
here in this
Oh,
room?
Right.
uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might have been that, but no, it's underground.
Mhm.
Yay!
So there you go.
All right, so
Playing it and I hope it sparkles.
Just become a different creature.
Oh, it's sparkles.
So, that is, I guess, good to know about Kashara Bloodlust. Is that House Bloodlust or?
She's
Personal epitaph.
created her own.
Okay, cool.
You can go into explaining some of that if you remember any of that from your backstory. I need some time filler.
Kashara wasn't really from a house. She was a slave in our house, not by me. I kind of freed
Is
her.
there slavery in this city?
Not now.
Not now.
Okay. Okay, good.
Not under her rule. She's kind of abolished that.
It was previous. I mean, the way it works was kind of like a hierarchy. You have like the houses, which are your nobility, or so, and they would take servants or slaves to work in the houses or work in.
You would either purchase them
Whatever.
or you would claim them after conquering a house that you're not supposed to conquer, essentially. The unwritten rule is there's no fighting between the Drow, but they all are seedy, dark, kind of in the shadows, kind of, we're going to assassinate this person, take them out. They want to climb the social ladder.
Increase my station by...
You got it. You got it.
I take it you've been around the city, you've seen some of the bigger estates here. They were all big houses in the city at one time. When my mother stepped down, she took a house with her and they left. And they're somewhere. I don't even think they're on this continent anymore. And I think 2 of the houses went with Kishara. And I think another one was destroyed completely. And a few are left. So, I believe you're staying in one of the estates that went with Kishara, I think.
I believe that is correct.
But that's kind of how this city used to run, with all the big estates. And anyway, Kishara was a slave in our house, and I more or less freed her without freeing her. She was still there. She still couldn't leave, but she was freer than she was.
You can hear from Gravos. He was not seemingly happy or pleased about that whole.
He doesn't really like her. Never really did.
I mean,
there's validation now, isn't there? That's what he's gonna say.
Don't get me started.
Be quiet.
Okay, so you mentioned that your spies have been going underground and tracking down. Is this one of them here?
Yes. Rilda. Is that how you pronounce it? Yes. Rilda. Okay. She was actually here giving a report when someone barged in rudely.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just minding my own business, sitting over here like I wanted to do, not like I was told.
Thank God, I thought she was talking about us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, me too. You'll notice all of us like, oh, okay.
I said we were good. At that, I will confidently, slowly stride over and give them a look, like eye roll, and walk up to Liora and continue where we left off, talking about what I found. Which is very concerning, if I have to be quite honest. It appears to me that they might have a hatchery for wyverns.
More dragons?
No.
Sorry.
It's very odd that a cat likes dragons.
They're so fun. And I can
So are
fly
mushrooms.
No, they're not. They're very sad. I suspected they were getting them from somewhere. I did not suspect that they would be hatching them themselves.
Yeah, and along with, general awfulness, covert slave smuggling. It looks like there's maybe some orcs involved in working in tandem with some of
dirty orcs.
The betrayers. Obviously, I was disgusted. That's why part of the reason it took me this long to come back, I had to deal with that emotionally, because,
On the topic of wyverns, they're also writing them.
Oh, yeah.
We came across a writer and a wyvern while on our way to the clearing.
Few.
Couple. They were.
I think it was the same dragon.
Looks like they were scouting.
Just flying back and forth.
And,
You're getting quite bold then.
we managed to take out the writer.
Let's do some math.
The dragon.
Wyvern eggs on a boat that you two, back in your episode like 1 or 2.
I tried to reach out.
Yeah. A wyvern hatchery discovered, along with orc smugglers and slavers. And now you see and have fought a wyvern rider. Ding, ding, ding.
And
I've done my homework.
And we fought orcs and slavers.
You sure have.
So
I believe.
I fought frost giants.
Let's see.
oh, that's fun.
No,
We saved
Is there something else to those orcs? Did I put it on that piece of paper?
The slavers are providing the betrayers with slave labor, as well as giving them wyvern eggs, and from some place called the Scaled Islands to feed a new hatchery. So not just one.
So they're being imported from not even near here.
The Scaled Islands should be known by Ilias and Aimon. Okay, sorry. Also, fun fact, something that Rilda would know, and I thought I put it in there, is that the orcs are from the Glacier Coast, aka the Frozen North, which someone here at the table is also familiar
From
with
the Frozen
those.
North.
Very good. It's like I did my homework.
It's like you have a world.
It's breathing and living.
Yes, that they are from. They appear to be from the Frozen North. These orcs, slavers, which is also concerning.
I've had myself and my clan quite a few run-ins with these orc clans. They're a blight upon all of our frozen glory. We will eradicate them.
They sound terrible.
They are quite terrible.
I think we
Poor
have-
hygiene as well.
I think we have something in common then, because it sounds like a group of people I don't want to have in my beautiful Under-Earth.
Brian's like,
You're seeing a different Under-Earth.
We're just gonna scooch back up.
there's
Commander
lots of
Iman.
mushrooms down there.
Does this mean that we can just murder those? They all sound bad. They're working with the orcs. They like split off from up here, bloodthirsty slavery. Are there more than one clan of the Under Elves, or can we just like kill them all? Problem solved. Scoot back and assume my.
We have been sent to assist Queen Liora with whatever tasks she has requested of us.
Ooh, inspiration point for Brian for bringing that up. Thank you.
Yeah.
If
Queen Lenora.
Yeah.
Queen Lenora, would you like us to eradicate this awful tribe of Under Elves that are working with the dirty orcs? Slide back.
I mean, you have to find them first.
luckily,
I know.
Why, my
I may be able to help with that.
fellow martial friend.
If it's what my queen wishes.
And your grace, if I may be so bold, as representing the Syndicate in this matter, you did ask us to broker a peace deal with you and a druid.
Yes,
It
I was
does
just
seem-
getting back to that.
That we have a common denominator in this equation. And I would ask that your emotions not cloud your decisions as either.
I have
Ooh,
nothing
inspiration
against
for you.
I
Celestina.
got that one.
You should spend it and get another one.
I haven't had nothing against Celestina. She's done nothing to.
My emotions are not with that part
He
of the
means
equation.
emotions on someone else, involving someone else.
That helps, thanks.
Don't speak in crypticisms.
This Kishara was your consort, was she not?
Yeah.
He's gonna growl. Gravos is gonna growl. He just cannot stand this chick. Believe me. There's history.
Does that mean we can't kill her?
It's the politics of the territorial claims.
I will pay you
What do
handsomely to kill her, is what he will say.
I'll like start to look happy, and then I'll like kind of look over to the queen.
I don't care if they die or surrender or imprisoned or whatever, as long as they're stopped because they're poisoning all the people.
Usually, dead people stop terrorizing things. So
This is true.
I think it's a summary solution.
Maybe your last name should have been Blood.
They don't
So-
always stop when they're dead, is what Felosar is going to say, being a necromancer himself.
You make sure they don't come back.
but they could become a martyr.
Also,
Those are the worst. is what
Not if we
Gravos
kill
will
them
say.
all.
He's got a point, though.
I got a new bestie right here. Wonderful suggestion. All the orcs as well.
So what are you suggesting, my queen? What is our next step? Should we deal with this?
Well, we need a group to go meet with Celestina.
I would agree with that, even though that it goes against my every bit of fiber of my being. I do not believe you should go. I feel like it is too dangerous. Is what he's going to say.
She was a little scary, but she warmed up in the end.
Didn't she?
Did she though?
Did she though?
She personally didn't scare me.
I think she has abilities and knowledge that'll be useful.
I think I saw a smile as we were leaving.
Are you suggesting that you are going to go be part of this delegation?
Well, I'm pretty sure she's requesting my presence.
Then I will be by your side to protect you, is what he'll say.
So long as you make no actions to attack her or harm her grove,
Oh yes, the trees and vines, very scary.
your safety has been assured by her.
Okay. My queen, if I can, I have a quite quiet, unguarded entrance that I might be able to take the rest of the crew here and start to scout the Underearth with them and assist them in their travels. If you are comfortable going to this Celestina without me.
I think splitting would save a lot of time.
Do you trust these people to take care of you? I nod.
Referring
to the male elves that are in there. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Sorry. Gravos.
He's probably your acting general.
No, I feel like she's like the Queen's Guard, and he's just like the generals, you know.
I work fairly independently.
I introduced him as my brother, so he's
Your brother.
Just your brother.
and the other one over there is also relation.
Who's sitting over there because he wants to, not because he was told to.
The question still
Very proud of
stands,
you.
Your Highness. I've seen these two operate.
I trust both of them with my life.
Alright, and I trust you.
And so far they've
Sidle back up to Iman. Were we supposed to be there for that, or can we go to the Underdark? Or do we have to go back to the delegation thing?
Initially, we were planning on being there as an intermediary, in case, to ensure protection. But if the Queen believes we don't need to be there, we can send her and her delegation there tomorrow on a fast route, if they so choose, and then we can continue on with whatever the Queen would like from us. Okay.
she's gonna look past and spot
Balon?
Baylock. And she said, if you have things to do, you may go.
Thank you, my queen, is what he's gonna say. You're relieved of duties. Gravos is gonna be like, report to the barracks. My pleasure. And he's gonna leave.
Why does he look so relieved?
Surely you guys weren't a handful.
No, of course
He
not.
walks out with his singed armor and still smoking hair. Yeah, you gotta
So
know.
on fire still.
Just wisps of smoke.
I
still.
mostly cured him.
Mostly.
Getting a little bit anxious about this.
Is there a big hole in the forest somewhere?
There's a clearing now. There wasn't. Scorched earth.
Fire can naturally be used
Look,
for succession in
sometimes-
forests.
Doing burns is good for the forest. It helps
Yes.
promote new growth.
Mhm.
So no.
Forest management service.
I'm
Reporting
a
for duty.
druid.
So I am to understand that we will be taking on the task of delegation on our own, my queen. Whom else will be traveling with us, if not Hilda?
Pouty one over there.
Oh, you've got to be. That's what he's gonna
Got
say.
knowledge of magic. And I
That's
feel like
right,
he
I
should
have
go.
all the knowledge of magic there, Pouty Pants.
Oh boy.
Is his name actually Pouty Pants?
No.
And I trust him not to stab me in the back.
Do you?
I trust at least that much. He may not protect me with much, but I trust him not to kill me.
Well, it's nice to have a party of people that you can trust not to murder you
Look,
randomly.
it was one time.
Have you decided who will take your stead in your leave, taking care of Terdal? The city will be extremely vulnerable.
What's her name?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Shira. I think her name's Shira.
You're my brother. You should know all the things I can't remember.
The Nightshade?
Yeah. She's usually floating around. She's not in there now, but she's usually floating around in that room.
Okay. Everybody can roll insight checks on General Gravos.
13.
18.
15.
11.
Natural.
Oh.
That's perfect because you are the type of person that looks at Gravos' expression and knows he doesn't like that. He's not real certain on that placement. But the queen says what she says and he's going to follow.
She's proven herself to be quite loyal.
So do ravenous dogs from time to time. When they're hungry. And then they'll your jugular.
What was that name again?
Shira, S-H-I-R-A.
Nightshade.
Nightshade.
For those of you viewing and listening, taking notes, that's Shira, Nightshade, S-H-I-R-A. Nightshade, all one word.
Is Nightshade another house?
It is.
Very good. Do we want to dive into that?
I know we've met somebody that was. Oh shit.
Crap.
Was the one we killed?
No, it wasn't the one that we killed.
The one that died
The
in
one
that
that died?
village we were supposed to die?
No.
Okay, good.
The one.
What?
No.
What?
The Matrix is broken.
What?
It's a glitch.
No, it was a member of the Nightshades that threw the and tagged the wall outside of the wall of, I believe, this castle.
No, it was the sect council chamber in
Okay.
the center of Tyrell.
Yes, that caused the red metallic-looking spider to appear on the wall. It was a member of the Nightshades that did that.
They were once a prominent house.
They were once.
Mr. Pouty Pants was there in that
Yes.
incident, right? Yes. Do you remember?
I have a name.
Well, no.
Yes,
he-
Mr. Pouty Pants?
No, that's not my name. It's Velisar.
Sorry, Captain. My deepest apologies.
I can confirm his name is Mr. Pouty Pants.
Nice.
I don't. I believe that he had stormed off by that point. Baylock, however, would be able to debrief you on that.
They like it to get dragged back
As
in.
Baylock
Grab by
actually,
the hood and drag-
well, Baylock took the individual that was of nice house shape. Yeah,
Yeah.
House
Nice.
Nightshade. I can speak. Took the individual into custody.
It's that beast that you've been drinking. That alcoholic monster there has got you all sort of tripping. Anyway, sorry.
Non-sponsored.
Not sponsored
The
by.
house,
Well, in that case,
the house Nightshade
Double
has
down.
been quite divided. Solon, who is the head of the house, and his daughter Shira have been quite loyal here after everything that has happened. His son, on the other hand, has not been. He followed Kishara when she left, and
Viva la revolution.
There's a lot of family drama
And-
in
right?
these clans.
I'm glad I don't have family.
Damn.
So yes, I trust her. I know.
I'm your long lost sister.
I don't think so.
If there could have been a sea elf, smoke elf, air elf, air elf.
Smoke elf.
Smoke elf.
That's a cuisine some places, man. Yes, I'll have the smoke elf.
What kind of smoke we talking about here? Because he's probably got some.
It's Ivan kind of smoke.
I think Elise has been dipping into that a little bit.
Did you say smoke?
What? No?
There's a reason my name's Ivan.
Yeah, I know.
Ivan.
See, guys, I've progressed.
Oh my
At
gosh.
first, Runa was calling
You
them
just
by the
now got
colors,
that?
but now we're calling them by like different elements and things. They'll
Yes.
probably be tree elves and the underground elves, but still,
I'm proud of you.
You're
I'm
growing.
growing. It's growing, guys. Learning.
Air elf.
Learning.
Water elf.
Yep.
Were you the pirate? Are you a pirate?
I wasn't a pirate, no. I
No.
was just a bard that was...
He's literally like Will Turner in
No,
Pirates of the
pirate.
Caribbean. Not quite. He turns into one.
made it to
An
the
aspiring
pirate
pirate?
Will wasn't a
was the
pirate.
one
He
on the
started off
boat.
as he didn't start off as a pirate.
He didn't start as pirate.
That's right.
You just ended.
He just
He's not a
ended
pirate now. He's a diplomatic emissary
As-
now.
the ultimate
Commander.
pirate under the sea.
He is a commander of. I don't know if we have a name for our merry band, but he is our commander.
Don't just like last week.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll work on it, guys. Something
Alright.
really weird's gonna pop out one day, and we're gonna be stuck with it. But it'll be out of the mind of Runa.
So refocusing everything.
The Merry Band.
Delegation has been set
Elemental
by the Queen. She's going to take Velisar, her mad cousin, and is going to take General Gravos along with herself to go discuss and talk with Celestina. And then you are going to be traveling with Rilda to the Underearth to do a little snooping, seeing what's going on.
As Team Sad, Syndicate Ambassador delegation.
I like that. I really do. Team Sad.
All right.
Is there anything else you guys have or want to dive into, or questions, or pick the Queen's brain? I almost said nose, but I meant brain. Sorry.
Wherever Commander Sad goes, I will follow.
You know who's going to be maintaining or watching the city of Tyrdal. We dived into that a little bit. We know that Gravos is not happy. Well, Jason or Nox knows that Gravos is not pleased with him.
I can't wait to get to the stone and start talking. Get me out of here.
Hurry up, Stone.
Too much drama.
I'm out.
Runa would like a flow chart if anyone wants to. And this house will split by this house, but there this way.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm gonna give this to you. Which I'm
To
sure
who? To who?
To her. I'm
Okay.
sure she already has this,
Okay,
but I'm
so
just gonna give it to you.
Who's her? For people that are not watching.
Rilda.
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 Yeah, you're
This is where we
Amazing.
are,
Okay.
and this is where that you were talking about. Your
There
entrance.
you go.
For all of our viewers, I would like everyone to know that Queen Liora has
Liora.
Queen Liora has stylized her nails in my fur colors.
I didn't even think about that.
I know.
Nice.
I made
It was
such a
planned.
lasting impression.
It was planned.
That is good.
As things seem to have kind of come to a point, and you got what's your next step? Being Team Sad.
Probably.
Was it Syndicate? Well, Syndicate.
Syndicate Ambassador delegation.
Yes.
Syndicate.
I would just cry a lot.
Bonus action cry.
Yes.
You do be Bryan.
Well, I guess the only question is, are we going to wait until tomorrow
Would
And
that
then-
be a good idea?
and then assist the Queen with fast travel to...
Yes.
Well, as you destroyed half of my mounts,
Hey. Some of them are still okay.
My mount is
I
still
still
living.
don't understand what you did.
There was
A large explosion of
explosion.
So you attacked them?
Not on purpose.
It-
There was
I'm not a
some
magic user.
wild magic.
Either you
and-
attack or you don't.
Not when wild magic occurs.
I didn't have a choice in that. Just
During this conversation, everyone is going to feel this subtle kind of vibration under your feet that grows very quickly, very intensely, and I need everyone to.
Is it an avalanche?
I need everyone to make a athletics or an acrobatics check of 15 or higher.
That is for sure.
As the palace or the estate begins to violently tremble and shake with these tremors.
19 for athletics.
15.
30.
30.
What the fuck?
Okay, queen.
That's why she's queen.
Queen.
Yeah, queen.
Yes, queen.
18.
14.
Uh-oh.
25.
Okay, so Rilda, you are going to lose your balance. You will fall kind of on your hands and knees, be considered prone. As the rest of you are able to brace yourselves or keep yourselves
Superhero lady.
Super hard at least.
upright at that point, and there's going to be the large sound of like exploding rock or earth or something that takes place outside a nearby window. I ask you all, what would you like to do? We'll just start on the left and go around. Be just as easy.
Run to window to look.
Okay, so Ilias runs to the window.
Are the windows, can you, like, get out of the window? Or are we, like, up or, you know, like...
This is your design, my queen.
My design was in the middle of the building, so this is your design now.
Okay, yes, they will be very tall, stained glass on top, and like probably 6 feet, like an old school kind of slide up, you know, if you will, made of wood and things. I would say for this fun little tidbit, the windows are open as there's a cool breeze blowing in.
Okay. Are we, like, on the, like...
You're on like I don't
First,
know.
like, if I jump out the window, what...
Would you die?
Right.
Did you design this to be on the first floor? I think your
I
description
think
says
the
it was
whole
on the.
thing is one floor.
There you go. So yeah, probably I don't know, a couple feet if that, out the window.
I'm gonna run out the window. Because, you know, if there's an avalanche coming...
Acrobatics or athletics? That's all I need.
We'll see.
Did it get stuck?
Oh, acrobatics is a +8. 15.
Nice.
Choosing acrobatics, which makes sense because Ilias is out the window looking, or kind of in the way. Maybe you over top or
Just
something.
jumps over my
Yeah,
shoulder.
Actually,
Yeah.
just, like, pounce down.
There you go.
Thanks
Works
for being the
perfectly.
springboard.
Queen, what is it did you wish to do?
She's gonna look to Gravos.
Gravos is picking his ass off the ground because he did not succeed in that. And we'll go to
I'm on.
Aimon.
Bonus action, I'm gonna poop.
No, we've established this. Cry. It's cry. We're team sad.
No, I'm gonna run over as well to the windows. I'm also going to do a quick look around to see if there's a tree in this room.
Oh, I
There's-
think there is a tree in this room.
No, there's like vines and stuff. But I
Oh.
don't think there's a tree.
I think
Very
there's
good.
trees painted on the wall.
Yeah, I knew
Painted trees are not the
into-
same.
Well, yeah.
I
just wanted
mean-
to
I'm
look.
just clarifying for viewers and
Magic.
listeners.
Does it say in
It
the
says
like matte
tree.
living tree or
Yes.
like painted tree?
It does in my world.
I'm gonna make a world where it matters like what they say, and then somebody's just gonna be like, "You can't do that." And I'll be like, "Take out a crown, it's a tree."
So
Okay.
Ilias and Aimon are at the window looking.
I'm gonna jump to my feet. I'm probably going to try to play off falling by doing like one of those sweet like front rolls once the shaking
Absolutely.
stops. You know, like oh yeah, I
Nice.
totally meant to do this.
Absolutely.
And then run right over to the queen and just be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay, queen?" You know,
Okay.
fawning and doing the things.
Okay. Nox?
Syndicate wants the Queen's allegiance, so I am going to be on guard to make sure nothing happens with the Queen.
Okay.
But I'm not going to act like a Queen's Guard person. But
I understand. Okay.
Focusing
So,
on that.
leaping
Oh, I see
out
outside.
leaping out the window into kind of the front or the courtyard area, you are going to see something that frightens you terribly.
Oh, shit.
Ilias and Aimon, you are going to see this massive, disgusting, armored-like shell of a purplish beast as dismounting from mounts on top of it are multiple betrayer drow. And this will end the chapter of our tale.
Wait, can I have a bonus action to cry?
You can have a bonus action to cry.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening to Season 2 of Creating Grand. Please tune in every Friday to see what happens next. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to a Spotify podcast. Give us those listens. Give us those thumbs up, those views, all those things. Bye-bye now.
As we prepare for Season 3.
Yeah.